afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. We are here in Las Vegas, Nevada. And what I mean by we is Dalton Ammerman and me, Rob Espero, a.k.a. Rob on the mic. We're here for our NVA Pro Volleyball Showcase gold medal match. It's hard to believe we've gone through 3 days of intense battling here right down the street from the MGM Grand in the Student Recreation and Wellness Center here on the campus of UNLV. Let's say hi to Dalton Ammerman, who's been calling color for me for the last 3 days. It's been an awesome experience.
Well, I'll tell you what, Rob. It doesn't matter where you're at in the nation, you're not going to find a higher level of volleyball right now on the men's side of the game. A lot of these teams bringing in players with either former national team experience, former Olympians, and former professional European volleyball players as well, such as standout Marcus Nielsen, the big Swedish star playing on Lloyd Ball's team, Team Pineapple from Indiana. But here we are in the final match, the gold medal match against Academy United from Golden State, playing against Blizzard from SoCal, Lake Forest, California. This should be quite the battle.
That's right, it is. Dalton Ammerman. Teams are lined up at courtside for the pre-match presentation and introductions by MC host and PA guy Mark Sherman, who's been rocking the mic along with McKay Smith all weekend. And we're ready here to close it out and go big time. Ladies and gentlemen, we've got the presentation of the colors of Blizzard as well as Academy United. We're going to stand and recognize our flag of the United States of America for the national anthem. So we're going to be on pause for a few moments, but please do enjoy the national anthem. You'll be hearing through the speaker.
With the playing of our national anthem.
Again, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, and volleyball fans alike. This is what we've all come for, seeing professional volleyball here in the U.S. of A. That's right, we've got men's professional volleyball here on American soil in the great state of Nevada, in this wonderful city of Las Vegas, because we are Vegas strong. That is right. We are here in our NBA Pro Volleyball Showcase gold medal match. And I'm hanging out here with Dalton Ammerman, who's just been great insight and great color to describe what's going on here. Dalton, kick us off.
I'll tell you what, you're going to want to look out for Team Academy United, who's been a force to reckon with offensively and defensively, led by Riley McKibben, their setter. Taylor Crabb on the left. We got Conrad Kaminsky and Thomas Amberg in the middle. Kurt Biggs, Kurt Toppel out on the right side. AJ Nally on the other left pin. And then Ryan Stuntz at the libero, who has just been putting on his battle armor, getting ready for war. And this should be quite the fight between these two teams.
That's right, it is. And we are getting our lineups here, formally introduced by Mark Sherman, our MC host and PA guy. Let's just call him the man on the mic right now. First off, let's see who's going to be announced first.
And now let's meet our teams. Through pool play through the quarters and the semis. They find
Mark
themselves
Sherman
in
coming
the
on
gold
through.
medal
We're going to
final, the
announce.
first ever NVA showcase.
That's right, the first ever NBA Showcase gold medal match. And we're going to meet the team of Academy United, 6'5" outside. From Stanford, from Springfield College, A.J. Nally. At libero, at 6'1", from Lewis, Ryan Stuntz. And a 6'3" setter from USC, the bearded bro, Riley Mack. 6'3", I don't think that's right. And a 6'8" middle blocker from UCLA, wearing number 12, T.A. Thomas Amberg. The opposite, wearing number 16 from Stanford University, Kurt Toppel. And the other middle, staying at 6'9", from New Berlin, Wisconsin, and Stanford University, Conrad Kaminsky. And a 6'1" outside hitter. He's the man that hangs and bangs. Number 1 from Honolulu, Hawaii. Birth from the Outrigger Canoe Club, Taylor Crabb. And now let's meet Blizzard from Southern California, Lake Forest. First off, center, wearing number 1, sitting at 6'5", from Stanford University, Cole Fears. From Lakewood, California, from Long Beach State University, number 6, Paul Lotman. Also from Long Beach State, wearing number 9, standing at 6'9", Ryan Meehan. A 6-foot libero, also from Long Beach State University. Where these Long Beach State guys come from? That's a libero, Kirk Francis. And their opposite hitter, standing at 6'5", Johannes Brink, wearing number 30. And from Hawaii, number 43, Scotty Hartley. Played at University of Hawaii. And last but not least, 6'8" middle blocker from Fountain Valley, California, and BYU. That would be Russ Holmes. Coaching staff for Academy United are Gary Resnick and Jeremy Wagner, while the coaching staff for Blizzard are John Shea and Vincent Rodriguez. Dalton Airman, what are we going to expect here in our gold medal matchup?
Well, we got two big middles coming from Blizzard. Ryan Meehan from Long Beach State and Russell Holmes, former national team player who has played for many years overseas in Europe, as well as Ryan Meehan. The Blizzard team can stay in system, expect a lot of balls to be thrown into the middle there. But also, we've had some recent misconnections with Paul Lotman and the setter Fears. Wonder if we'll see a little bit better connection with them tonight. Then they also have Scott, Show Me the Money, Hartley, coming in last night with some serious serves, bringing Blizzard back to life, getting that 4-set win over Team Pineapple.
Nothing but good ball going to be played here tonight.
That's right. Also
Scott, Show Me the Money, Hartley. That is good. I like that.
Also from Team Academy United, the Hawaiian Connection, Riley McKibben and Taylor Crabb have been on absolute fire this entire tournament. Putting on a clinic, 808 Connection. Putting on a clinic on defense and offense. Look to see Riley set Taylor quite a bit in this finals match.
Riley said it himself. He goes, I want to look good. I'm setting Taylor. First serve into the net. First point going to Academy United. Taylor Crabb going back to serve for Academy United. Got some Blizzard fans online watching. Taylor Crabb with a serve. Good pass by Lotman. Fears sets the middle to Meehan. McKibben goes backside to Toppel. He's rejected by Hartley. Goes over the net. Meehan with the pickup. Brink tips it on the pickup. Is Stunts. McKibben sets the middle to Kaminsky. He brushes it off the block. That was a long first point there, or second point for Volleyball Academy.
That's
or
right.
Academy United, sorry.
I think that's just the start to show how long this match is really going to go. I believe if it's anything less than 5 sets, we will all be surprised.
Great serve by Taylor Crabb. Johannes Brink. Oh, A.J. Nally. Oh, with a little hush on the turnaround. Adding a little color of his own.
AJ Nally making a nice move all the way out to the pin and shutting down that line for Johannes Brink.
There's a little pain on that block there. Crab with a great jump serve pass by Hartley, going up and over and down, courtesy of Konrad Kaminski. Konrad Kaminski, the player of the match actually a couple matches ago now. But great block up top, waiting for that overpass as he clamps down as Crab serves again for Academy United. Hartley with a good pass. Outside, back to Hartley. Hartley rolls it by the block. Look at that scrap against AJ Nally. Riley McKibben with the save. Topple off the block. Francis with a hand dig. Fears sets back to Brink. Brink goes, and he's dug one-handed by Crab. Bumps that save up and over, but out of play. Great attempt by McKibben. I don't know, the video I took says it was still inside the antenna.
Yeah, that one was kind of close. It's about as close as it's going to get, but Riley McKibben just kind of runs out of real estate running that ball down.
I can do a video replay on my iPhone.
Rob on the mic, Hawkeye.
Rabbi. Not ribeye, Rabbi. Man, some serving problems for Blizzard early on. 5 serving to 1. When did Academy United jump that big a lead?
Amber to the front row. Kaminski will serve.
That's Konrad Kaminski serving for Academy. Good pass by Lotman, right side attack by Brink. Wow, they've got Brink figured out at the outside between Nally and Amberg.
Yeah, that set dying inside. Johannes Brink gets there, but AJ Nally is able to stop short, and then Amberg closes that block, leaving Johannes nowhere to go.
Kaminski float serves it long, and Blizzard thankful for the little break in service, because Kaminski in the semifinal was having some difficulty with his serving. He'd served a lot of balls into the net, whereas this one he's nailed a couple, and they're good to go. AJ Nally with a great pass to McKibben. McKibben to Topple, picking up Amberg. McKibben back to Amberg, and he just goes on the assault in the middle. 7 serving a 2 as Topple goes back to serve for Academy United. Look at that ball, just muscling it through the net.
Amberg doing a real nice job of covering, then getting off the net, ready for that gap set.
Wait for it.
Just away from Russ Holmes. Topple back to serve for Academy. Jump serve, another serve goes long. Early match jitters, would you say, Dalton?
Hartley to serve for
Possibly. There's been quite a few matches where it's taken a little while for the teams to get started going, and this is a pretty big match with a big person, a lot on the line here, so maybe it'll take the teams a little bit longer to get the ball going.
Hartley with a tough serve, banging out of the back goes Kurt Topple. Fears back to Johannes Brink, and it goes into the net. Johannes Brink is probably hitting in the negative right now. We have our first technical timeout with Academy United leading 8-3 here in set number 1. Talk to me, what's going on out there, Dalton?
Well, Johannes Brink has been a really big threat offensively for the Blizzard team, but not off to a great start. Has 1 kill and a couple errors. So if they want to stay in this match, they're going to need to get him going a little bit. Also, hopefully Academy doesn't start heating up their serve, or else they're going to run into some serious problems in serve receive with Blizzard.
Yeah, there's some good play going on. Just there happens to be a bunch of unforced errors. Okay, I just was curious. I just saw the comment that I let you know. Okay. That was a good of our first technical timeout. We're trying to get some technical issues fixed here. But Academy United leads 8-3 here in set number 1. And it looks like both teams are ready to go as AJ Nally goes back to serve for Academy United, and Taylor Crab down the front row with Riley McKibben and Thomas Amberg. Nally with a good float serve to Francis. Fears sets outside of Lotman. And Stunts getting a little styled hairdo courtesy of Lotman. Is misdirected off the block, and Stunts had committed already to where he's going to pass the ball, and it, luckily he's able to get his head out of the way.
That's right. Amberg committing on the middle there for Russell Holmes, leaving Lotman a clear shot in the angle for an easy kill.
Bad pass by Crabb. That doesn't usually happen, but Crabb cleans up anyways. Look at that. Even Riley McKibben looks like, dude, that was a bad pass.
That's how you force the center to center.
And it's 9 serving to 4 with Thomas Amberg serving for Academy United. Amberg nails it towards Hartley. Fears sets outside of Lotman. Look at that banger down the line. I don't know, that was definitely Lotman's tempo of the set. They're having difficulties area. Maybe Fears is getting a little more confidence instead of flatter, faster set.
Yeah, that was a real nice swing by Lotman. Crossbody kill down the line over a nice two-man block by Academy United.
Taylor Crabb unloads, and Conrad Kaminsky getting a little over anxious there. Swings into the net, 6 serving to 9. Cole Fears stands at 6'5", did his undergraduate career at Stanford University, the former Cardinal. Serves down the line to Stunts. McKibben back out to Crabb. Crabb with a beat shot, dug by Fears. Francis with the hand set to Brink. Is blocked at the net by Kaminsky. Lotman gets a swipe at it. He's blocked, dug by Meehan. Francis back out to Lotman, who's rejected by Riley McKibben and Conrad Kaminsky. But McKibben with a little stare across the net.
Riley McKibben.
Look at that. It's like, oh yeah.
Nice cover there by Meehan, but unfortunately, Kaminsky is just over the net, leaving Lotman nowhere to go.
Riley McKibben going back to serve for Academy United. Good pass by Francis. Back set to Lotman. And it's called in. My video says differently, but we'll trust the lines official.
Paul Lotman's on fire right off from the start.
Yeah.
It's seems like it's Fears and him are finally starting to get a connection, which is nice to see.
We've got Paul Lotman going back to serve. Hits a pretty wicked jump serve. Good pass by Krabs, tight on, but look at that, rising up as Kaminsky in the middle. Fears setting a big to Lotman. First time done that, but it's a back row attacker violation called against Blizzard. Academy up 11-7 as Crabb goes back to serve. Crabb with a good toss outside, pass by Hartley. Middle attack by Meehan is dug, but it goes into the standard and dead on the floor as it ricochets straight down like a second attacker that jumped as high as the ceiling.
Yeah, the ceilings are not too high in this venue, so it forces the players to have to react to a ball that's dug high into the rafters.
We got some Russ Holmes fans and someone cheering on Scott Hartley as Johannes Brinks takes down the overpass.
9-11.
Oh, love the handle for the person who's cheering on Hartley, because I had a tasty one the other night, a Loco Moco. I found a place local that is so tasty. Loco Moco is a Hawaiian meal. Can you please explain that? It's an egg over a hamburger patty on rice with gravy.
And it is delicious and not so nutritious.
Service goes long for a point going to Academy United as Conrad Kaminsky steps back to serve. 12 serving to 9. You have a front row of Nally, Topple, and Amberg. Pass by Francis. Holmes off the block. Oh, I thought there was a double net called. It looked like the R1 was on his side, and then the R2 had it on the United side. But it was a net only on Academy United side, and it's 10 serving to 12. Float serve pass by Nally. Back set, look at that. Butter. Dug by Brink, up and over. Crabb with a pass. Back out to Nally. Oh, and he delivers a package into the lap of a charging Johannes Brink.
Johannes Brink not able to get stopped there on defense, charging up on that ball. It's going to be real hard to dig when AJ Nally's spiking that ball down the line.
Call that a mean lap dog. Ball's passed by Hartley. It's tight on the net. Brink with a soft shot, dug by Topple. McKibben sets the middle to Amberg, and that was a wonderful transition play. You got to give mad props to Riley McKibben's sock choice here. You got the rainbow selection going on, representing the great state of Hawaii. Jump serve pass by Francis, middle to Holmes as he ricochets it off of Crabb.
Ball ball looked like it was sailing out, but maybe Amber got a touch on it, and so Taylor had to stick his arm out, but we're not too sure.
There we go. Scott Hartley going back to serve. Hartley stands at 6'5" from Encinitas, California. Played at University of Hawaii. Jump serve into the net.
15-11, 1 point to the media. Back to serve will be AJ.
15 serving 11. AJ Nally going back to serve. Nally from Rochester, New York. Played at Springfield College, a D3 powerhouse school. Fierce sets outside to Lotman. Soft tip. Pokey by Topple, saved as it free-balled over by Stunts. Lotman gets another windup, and he hits it off of Topple down the line. That would be my worst nightmare, seeing no block and Paul Lotman going up in front of me.
Paul Lotman bringing some serious heat. And Kurt Topple not able to get his hands up fast enough and ends up getting hit in the face right there.
I already had a bloody nose today in the semifinal match. That's not very nice of Paul. Float serve, it goes to Stunts. McKibben sets high out to Crab. Up, and away. We got a net violation called against one of the Blizzard players as we head into our second technical timeout with Academy United leading 16-12. What you got going on there, Dalton? You see any trends, any tendencies?
You know, it's kind of been a same story all weekend with this Academy United team. They just offensively have had a hard time being stopped.
Check out the gold medal trophy for the winning team here, for the champions of the first annual NVA National Volleyball League Showcase. That is a beauty.
Going back to Team Academy United, Riley McKibben has just been doing such a good job at spreading the ball around to all of his offensive hitters, leaving every team that they've played against having a hard time trying to shut them down. The good thing about this team is they have such good ball control. They're in the system so many times that Riley McKibben can just dish the ball out to wherever he wants and find a lot of success.
I want to address a comment by, is it if it's Shaman or Steeman, but yeah, it is kind of quiet in here. We got the trophy back up on the screen again. It's a beautiful trophy. Yeah, that's the real deal here. They're playing for something here. Won that trophy to the prize money, but that trophy is a great award for whoever wins that gold medal match. They get to sport that in their trophy cabinet of the home club of where they're at. Yeah, it was a little quiet, but you know, just like the teams here, they're getting the feel for the action here, which has been the trend for this entire afternoon. The first couple points, it's super quiet, and then they get into it as we get deeper into the match. As Thomas Amberg goes back to serve, it's Lotman with a pass. Look at that, Fierce right back out to Lotman, hits it off the outside block. Oh, Lotman looking for some chatter. He looks across, like who wants to take it here?
Paul Lotman is really stepping his game up, hitting over 500% efficiency with 5 kills.
Good pass by Stunts on the hand pass. That's Taylor Crabb off the block, picked up by Fierce. Stepping in the set to Meehan, tipped by Lotman, getting way to the outside. Kurt Topple with a roll shot, and Conrad Kaminsky. Oh, we got a beyond the net violation called.
Is the call. The rule is if the ball is right on the plane, it's open.
Wow, beyond the net violation called against Conrad Kaminsky. And a little frustration by Conrad on that call by the official.
Meehan digging that ball up. Looks like it was still on their side. Kaminsky's not allowed to reach over and touch that ball until the ball comes over on the Academy side of net.
Squeaking one through. Paul almost keeps it alive. And then second kick save in the tournament. 17
Oh, really?
Riley McKibben at the line.
Riley McKibben back to serve here. Nice pass by Scott Hartley. Ooh.
What's the call, ref? That's tight.
Riley McKibben with a really nice dig, but it looks like Kaminsky just had way too much butter on those fingers.
Doesn't quite trickle over. Riley had it covered, though. All over. 18-15, Taylor Crabb at the line.
18-15, Taylor Crabb on a scoring run for Academy United. it's 19 serving to 15. We got a timeout taken by Blizzard as they're down 4 early on set number 1 in our gold medal matchup in our NVA Professional Volleyball Showcase. See anything of interest on the stat sheet we need to pay attention to, Dalton?
Taylor Crabb's got a couple of aces for Team Academy United. And Kaminsky hitting at 500%, along with AJ Nally with 1 kill, hitting at 1,000. Right now, Blizzard having a tough time in the serve receive. They need to step up their ball control in order to be able to run an effective offense.
That's Academy United's timeout right there, and they're looking pretty confident here. That's Coach Gary Resnick, who just confidently walks away from the timeout, saying, you know, we're doing our thing. Players are taking court again after the team timeout taken by Blizzard. Academy United going on a pretty solid run right here, and Blizzard trying to just get out of this rotation.
Serving 15.
Taylor Crabb going back to serve for Academy United. Tough serve. Hartley having a hard time handling it. Hartley gets the ball back. He rolls it off the triple block. Francis digs it. Right side attack by Johannes. And Taylor Crabb usually doesn't have a problem like not digging it up, but apparently that was hit hard enough for him to not get it up.
That's right. That's Johannes Brink's first real swing right there of the match, and that's really what Blizzard's been missing from their offense. Hopefully he can keep that going for him.
For the most part, Johannes Brink has been neutralized in this match. I mean, he's been getting a majority of the sets and getting his points, but Academy United is a different beast to be playing against.
Yeah, they seem to have his number.
Kaminsky with a jump float has one of the toughest serves here at the tournament. Johannes Brink, look at that. There's that one-hand dig. Look at that pursuit. McKibben saves it. Rolling it down the lines. AJ Nally. Lottman, look at those hands on Lottman. The Brink blocked at the net by Amberg. Hartley sending a little Southern California love to the Hawaiian playing defense back right. That's Riley McKibben. 17 serving to 20.
Scott Hartley there just rising up and over the block, making it really hard for Riley McKibben to dig that ball.
Float serve by Johannes Brink literally misses by inches. You can see the imprint on the dusty desert sand on the courts. 21 serving to 17. Kurt Topple going back to serve, a 6'9" opposite hitter from Stanford University. Jump serve goes long for point going to Blizzard as Hartley steps back to serve. Oh, Scotty's got some fans. Nick England. Be sure to tell him that you're watching in here. Hartley with a show me the money routine on the service. Look at that quick back set by McKibben to Amberg. Bumps it high out to Lottman. Lottman takes a shot, stunts there. AJ Nally winds up and he meets the triple block. Oh, Paul Lottman waving the finger at Nally, but actually it's Lottman, Holmes, and Fierce on that triple block, but it's definitely all Lottman on that one.
Really nice dig by Ryan Stunts there, digging that ball high and straight up, giving Riley plenty of time to get there. The Blizzard just has too big of a three-man punch.
All right, did Nally tip it off? Oh, they're saying Nally tipped it off the antenna, and of course, Academy United saying that it went block then antenna. You gotta love the heckling going on here. He has yet to miss a call all tournament.
I'm not sure if we're going to see the replay here, but it looks like Taylor Crabb.
Oh, look at this.
I'm sorry. It looked like AJ Nally went up and wiped the ball off the Blizzard block and into the antenna. But it seems like the up ref is not going to change what he thought he saw.
Oh, a first yellow card. History being made here in the NBA. Yellow card awarded to Academy United. Gary Resnick even getting up off the bench. What do you say, Dalton? You saw the replay.
Yeah, so right there, I mean, you just see AJ Nally wiping that ball off the hands of Cole Fierce into the antenna, but unfortunately we don't have the Hawkeye replay system here and we're not allowed to challenge the play.
Timeouts taken by Academy United. Riley McKibben still making his case to Ron Stahl, the R2, and it looks like Academy United's flustered enough to take a timeout.
Yeah, that might be a big momentum shift that Blizzard's been waiting for. We'll have to see if they can take advantage.
Unforced errors in setting the tempo right now. Are setting the tempo. That's right, Nick.
Riley McKibben walking up to the down ref saying, can we do a challenge?
And here we go. Our first response to our first yellow card ever in the NBA. You see that? Boys will learn that you can only argue so much in the pros before the yellow cards come out. But it's a good way to have a seat if you're tired.
That's right.
20 looking at 21 as a score gets corrected on the board.
And it looks like we have Gary Moy here in attendance of USA Volleyball. It's good to see him here supporting the growth of this game here at the NVA Showcase here in Las Vegas at the UNLV Sports Recreation and Wellness Center. This is our gold medal match if you are just tuning in. Make sure you follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, and make sure to use the hashtag NVAUSA and hashtag LetAction to find you.
20 serving a 21 out of the controversial timeout taken here because of the call. And it's Hartley going back to serve for Blizzard. Jump serve pass by Nally. McKibben back out to Nally. Nally up and over the block. Look at that dig by Hartley. Running out of real estate is Fears, who tries to get to it. 22 serving a 20. Good timeout by the coaching staff of Academy United.
Nice dig by Hartley there, but unfortunately, Johannes wildly swings one arm and ends up sending the ball out of bounds.
Nally with a jump float pass by Francis. Goes outside to Lotman, and that is called fire in the hole. And Riley McKibben was nowhere to be found. I think he drifted out, and Amber didn't realize it.
Yeah, Academy's going to have to serve a lot tougher than that and probably stay away from the libero, Kurt Francis, because he is probably their best serve receive.
21 serving 22. Russ Holmes serving for Blizzard. Ooh, that just grazed the net. Lotman with a hand pass, and Fears with a southpaw slam jammer. And we got 22s across the board.
22s across, 22-22.
Oh, there's a Paul Lotman fan online here. You got to like it. I keep seeing Loco Moco's name on there. I keep thinking I want some. That, yeah, it could have been a bad call. We saw the replay, but it could go either way. Look at that. Thomas Amber winding up and unleashing, and it's 23 serving to 22.
Good job by Paul Lotman reacting and trying to help there on the quick, but Thomas Amber's arm is just way too quick before Paul.
Oh, we're bringing in Evan Berry for Riley McKibben for blocking purposes, I believe. But you know what? McKibben has been blocking well for this match. You know, maybe just want maybe 1 or 2 more inches. Big serve at the outside. Another block in the middle for Crab and Kaminsky. Johannes Brink dug by Amberg. Look at that, the middle getting dirty. Nally swinging off the block, dug by Hartley. Fears sets high out to Lotman. Lotman has to roll it, dug by Nally. Barry back sets to Topple, dug by Brink. And Fears catching the middle blocker. Amberg cheating on defense and wisely, softly touches it and lands in area 4.
Great defense by both sides of the net right there. Tight dig to the net, and Fears just puts it right down on the 3-foot line.
Cole Fears going back serve. We're tied at 23s. No shocker here that it's a tight one here in our gold medal matchup. McKibben comes back in, and off the block goes Taylor Crabb. We have our first set points for Academy United as Riley McKibben goes back to serve. Half of the Bearded Bros. Riley McKibben serving it up for Academy United. Float serve to Hartley, set out to Brink. And he drills it down the line, and it's called in. We're tied at 24s.
Kurt Topple leaving just enough line to Johannes Brink to slid it right by down the line.
Literally threading the needle.
Academy trying to get the ball called out, but line judge clearly saw it in.
Lotman goes back to serve for Blizzard. Big jumper pass by Stunts. It's tight on the net. Oh, look at that. Scott Hartley hits it off of Riley McKibben, who is flat-footed on defense. I think you're going to awaken the sleeping beast in McKibben if you do something like that. Oh, we have a reversal of fortune. Set point Blizzard serving to 24 for the Academy.
Just a real strong serve coming from Paul Lottman right there, causing that overpass. And of course, the high flyer Scott Hartley absolutely crushing that ball off McKibben's arms and hitting it out of bounds.
You know that Riley's just going, you just wait. It's okay, one of those, you know, someone messes you up. Why don't you just go to bed?
Right. Blizzard with the chance to steal the first set here. The guy that they want back there, Paul Lottman. Let's see if he can send off another bomb.
Loco Moco, yes, everybody's warmed up now. And yes, Nick England, Scott does get up because he was he one of the players of the matches already? I believe he was, because he's been banging. And he's got a wicked jump serve, too, with his money. Show me the money routine. Lottman back to serve for set point, serving at 24. Good pass by Nally. McKibben high out to Topple. Topple sending fire in the hole. That was 6'9" versus 6'9" and 6'9".
Right, that set died inside just a little bit. Kurt is able to get there. Unfortunately, Johannes Brink blows by him a little bit, leaving a seam between him and Ryan Meehan.
Battle of the Giants at that left pin. Wow, Taylor Crabb serving in that. Don't see that happen too often. And it is set point number 2, serving at 25.
Meehan back to serve here. He's got a pretty good hybrid serve. See if Academy can fight it off here.
Meehan, he goes and spin, and he aces Taylor Crabb for the win. And Blizzard goes up on Academy United 1-0 after narrowly taking the first set 27-25. Dalton Ammerman, thoughts after one set of play?
I mean, what a battle. Academy United with a strong start off in that first set. And then Blizzard fighting back. It just shows you what kind of a battle we're in here today. Just some great volleyball going on right now, Robert.
Oh, for sure. I mean, yeah, this was the matchup. You know, David Lee alluded to it in the interview earlier. He's like, you know, we're looking for Pineapple, but these Academy United guys have kind of come up out of the dark, and we definitely want to take this one. That's just the competitor in the mall. There we go. We got the NVA gold medal trophy. That's going to be awarded to our winning team here in this match between Blizzard and Academy United. And, you know, we got a few of you fans listening in and watching in, and I am excited to share with you guys. Joining us here on our broadcast, taking over color commentary, will be none other than 4-time Olympian and a 2008 gold medalist, setter, and the Magic Man, Loy Ball.
How you doing, brother?
Oh, I'm doing all right. It's always good to see you. You've been so fun to watch play this entire tournament. I know you would have rather won, but you guys had a great match, a great weekend of playing, and seeing your team, it's just awesome to see you playing with the talent. You had Marcus coming down, pulling the ace out of your sleeve like a good Vegas dealer.
I got some connections, you know, all those 16 years overseas, I kept some of those cell numbers, and so when we lost Jeff Patak this year to injury, I wanted to make sure we had a powerful opposite, and so getting Marcus was a huge pickup for us.
Yeah. Hey, let's talk about this upcoming NVA 2018 season. We got the graphic up on the board, but what's going to be happening from here on out after this showcase?
Well, here's what's exciting. You know, this is not a one-stop deal here. I mean, this is just an amazing place. Obviously, Las Vegas to have this first ever NVA showcase, but it doesn't stop there, Robert, right? After the first of the year, we have all these things planned to continue this Pro League. Yeah. This is going to be an absolute Pro League. As you see, the last weekend of January, hosted by Academy, we're going to have an event at the Ball Sports Academy, which will be finished up, actually completion here in the next couple of weeks. We'll have one in the first weekend of February. So we'll have these series of 3 events on the West Coast, Midwest, East Coast, which will culminate into a finals in May, hopefully out in Long Beach. And so all these teams will play against each other. They'll travel back and forth. They'll accumulate points for seeding. And then you'll see more amazing volleyball like you've seen here in Las Vegas in May to finalize the first-year Pro League, the NVA.
Oh, that is awesome news for a lot of people who want to see this thing come to fruition, because you have the comments feed is going off right now on our live feed for YouTube, and you know, I've been sharing with people that there is a plan, there is support, we have the energy, enthusiasm, and now we just need the people to follow along.
Yeah, it's been amazing. You know, obviously this is Bill Lee's vision, right? Him along with Howard and Scott Trzynski, Alan Knight, Coley, myself. We've put all this thing together so that this is just not a one-stop deal. You know, so many times we've had these amazing volleyball events, but then nothing's happened to them. And as a guy who played now almost 25 years of volleyball and always wanted to be a player here in the States, to stay with my family, to promote the league here at home, now that's going to happen.
That is incredible news. You know, and you know, seeing the kinds of players that have been coming out of, gosh, we've been seeing some collegiate players, but we've also been discovering players who don't play in a D1, D2, just some club programs that have solid talent here that have come from we never knew they existed, and they are solid players.
Well, you appreciate this, obviously, bringing Mark and Nielsen over here, who's had a long career overseas as well, playing in Russia, playing in Greece. He was amazed the level of talent. He was like, I've never even heard of these guys, and they're amazing players. And I know he won't be the only one that wants to come over here from overseas to be part of this brand new venture.
Yeah, he's sharing so much about how well the players played, how well they're coached, and you know, a lot of that has to do to your influence. I mean, over the years, I hate saying that you're an older player, but you know, the fact is you've influenced so many of these guys' lives, and they've grown up watching you play, and they continued playing because they saw you guys winning gold 2008, you guys working hard, even in previous years, but they just love the sport of volleyball.
Well, as you said, the people who put this together, Rob, are like-minded people, and it's not about the money, it's about the love and the passion we have for this game, and that's my motto, that's my mantra to share with all the club kids that we work with or the kids we see around the country in the juniors programs, that we want them to have the same passion so that when they're 45, like Loy Ball, they still want to play.
But you're playing defense like a 23-year-old last night.
Well, it helps being 6'8". If you fall down, you're bound to get a couple touches here and there.
But I mean, there was one sequence in the rally that you were on the floor 3 times and you would touch the ball every time.
Well, I kind of felt like they were picking on me. I was like, hey, let's hit it over to the old man and see if he holds up. And so I was actually very happy with the way I played, the way the team played. Obviously, we'd love to be playing this match right now. But as I told my guys, the match with Blizzard last night was a top-notch match. I know there was over 40,000 people watching it online, probably even more. And so it's a win, even though we love to be playing now. Every team that's here, this is a win for the NVA. This is a win for volleyball.
Yes, definitely. Well, you've got great competitors on your side, and your culture, your team culture is obviously like, we play to win. You know, you go for broke, and we're going to win. And even just hearing some of the conversations with some of the guys on your team, it's like, I want those guys back.
Absolutely. You know, we're real blessed at Pineapple to be together so long. Most of our guys are Midwest guys. Most of them played for my dad, Arnie Ball, at IPFW. He was there 40 years. So we're a family. And slowly but surely, some of these core groups have been together, too. I know they're family-oriented. These are going to be not only high-level athletes playing a great game of volleyball, but also people that can identify how wonderful human beings these volleyball players are.
Yes.
You know, that's a wonderful thing about volleyball. People always ask me, why did you choose volleyball over basketball, being an Indiana guy, and everybody plays basketball, of course. I said, it's because of the camaraderie. It's because of all these people. While we compete like dogs inside the court, as you well know, outside the court, all we want to do is share special moments together and to grow this wonderful game.
Oh, for sure. You know, that is one of the things that I've always been passionate about is, you know, always have a particular lean towards a men's game because I just see that we have great personalities in the game. I'd love to see them be successful, not only in the international level, but actually should be successful at home. And people need to see that these are great role models. They're great athletes. I mean, they're the greatest athletes in the world. I mean,
probably one of the greatest things about this, besides getting a pro league started, is, you know, for such a long time, it's been an Olympic sport. So every 4 years, people start getting excited about it. But now, if we can have this high-level volleyball all year round with our own domestic league, we will grab so many more spectators. I mean, people forget the #1 participant sport right now in the world, it's not soccer, it's volleyball. And so if more people here, and I know in America we're a football, we're a basketball, we're a baseball, I get all that. And a lot of times the parents probably don't lean their kids towards volleyball because they didn't play it growing up.
Yeah.
But now, when they can see high-level volleyball with a wonderful production, as we've done here at the NVA, on live stream, on TV, we're going to get more kids to play and more kids understand how special this sport really is.
Right. Well, one of the questions that has come about online and in discussions and chat boards and so forth is, you know, they're concerned that this is another one-and-done deal for an attempt at a pro league. And what would you tell that person?
I can tell you that we have spent countless hours and months putting this together, and we have a longevity plan. We have the financial backing to make it happen. And obviously, as you see, we got a lot of guys who want to come here and play. Right. The floodgates are now open. I know the next 3 events will be amazing. And if you thought this was good, wait till you see the finals in May. I mean, I'm sure there'll be some pieces added to some teams now that the competition sees how tough it is.
Right.
And so I wouldn't be surprised if I get Mo old buddy Jiva in Brazil a call, see if I can't get him up here as well.
You're going to pull some real big aces out there.
Whatever it takes to win, you know me.
Hey, just remember, there's only 4 aces in the deck. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's funny that you'd mention some of those international players because, I've befriended some of them in my travels watching international play, and we got definitely a couple messages from guys in Brazil and a few from France.
I must have had 50 messages / emails since this was announced a couple months ago, people begging, and I said, listen, right now, besides the prize money, we don't care. We want to come to America. We want to experience a pro league here, knowing that over time we will build a league. Now, I don't want to give people the illusion, listen, next year it's not going to look like Serie A. Next year it's not going to be the Russian league, but that's our goal, and we're on the right path because we're doing it the right way. We're going to start small, we're going to do it right, handle things we can handle, but if nothing else, the product alone is unbelievable.
Yeah, I think one of the questions that also come in, even for me, so what role will you be playing in the NVA?
So I'm part of the board, along with Alan and Scott and some other people. And so while, of course, having a team that has some branding recognition because of Pineapple, but of course of my name, it's important to try to get, those investors and those people to understand that there are important people. There are people with name in volleyball who are going to make this happen. And because we're so passionate about it, we can't fail. Absolutely. I want all my club kids, and we have about 300, to one day aspire to play in the NVA for Team Pineapple, just like the Blizzard wants them to play for the Blizzard one day in the NVA. That's when we know we'll be a top-to-bottom league, meaning we have great talent filtering it down, but we also have a bottom-to-top where we have all these young people in these clubs who are affiliated with the NVA teams to grow up and aspire to be the next Lloyd Ball.
Yeah, that is incredible information, and people are loving hearing what you're saying. They're always going to be kind of cynical, but the fact of the matter is they have this desire to see men's volleyball succeed. And a lot of it is, the seeds are planted back to when in 2000 and before then with the teams you played on, and just the influence you've had on the game, even through college. Because I remember getting my volleyball magazine back in the day, you on the cover, I'm like, dude, that guy's cool.
Who's that Fab 50 guy from Indiana? What the heck is going on with that?
He's got a cool tat.
Well, it's an exciting time for volleyball. The women's game is at an all-time high. The NCAA championship obviously going on and doing an amazing job. You think about what's happening. I'm also on the board along with John Sprout, some other people with Moto MVP. We've already got 11 new men's programs started to be funded. So that's going to create more players. And now what's the next step? After we get more college teams, where are they going to go? They're going to come here to the NVA and be part of this.
Well, what's even scary is, word has gotten out, even just nationally, and there are guys in college going, wait, there's a pro league we can go into now? So it's now, the seed's been planted, and they have 2, 3 more years, 4 more years to go in college, like, I'm going to go right into the NBA.
Absolutely. And, not everyone, I realize I'm very blessed, Robert. I got to go play the national team at a young level, but that doesn't happen for all these guys, right? And so many wonderful players after the collegiate careers have nowhere to go. It's hard to get overseas if you don't have name recognition from the national team, and so this could be a stepping stone for that. Play here for a year or two. All of a sudden, okay, if you want to maybe make more money and go to Russia, wonderful. Or maybe you develop your game enough where you get another shot at the Olympic team. Because in the end, no matter what these guys say about a pro league, everybody wants to be on that medal stand. Hearing that national anthem, tears coming down your face. And in my case, I was blessed enough to have one of the best champions in the world, Bob Stavertlich, put that gold around my neck.
Wow. That is incredible. Paul Lotman delivering. Actually, is that Hartley, and then he's rotating back? I should pay attention to some of the play here, huh?
Yeah, I'll tell you what, this Hartley kid is unbelievable. We played really well last night. We were up at every technical timeout until this young cat came back here, and he was absolutely dialing gas, just like that right there. I mean, that's a weapon. He went on a 6-point run that really solidified their win against us last night.
Well, he's got some family watching online. They're actually throwing some comments down on our chat board here, so I'm sure they'll love to hear that, and he'll hear from it, too.
Yeah, this is a great played match. These are two well-disciplined teams. They both handle the ball very well. They pass the ball very well. They stay in system. And as you see from that play right there, even Dave Lee getting out of the way to make sure he doesn't get hurt. They run down balls. There were some amazing plays last night, some amazing plays today. A foot, especially with the little lower ceiling, the ball's ricocheting, but guys are giving up their bodies to try to win this first ever NVA championship.
Right. Paul Lotman with soft touch there, sneaking it by. We are at the 9-9 here.
It's amazing. I got carried away here talking. We should probably talk more about the game.
We'll go back and forth. At the next technical timeout, we'll ask those questions.
Awesome.
But so far, what are you seeing as far as tendencies of play and strategies on both sides?
You know, I think it's an interesting dynamic. The Blizzard team has a younger setter, and so this is probably one of his biggest matches right here.
Yeah.
Luckily, supported by a ton of veterans. You know, obviously with Ryan Meehan, who's been around a lot, D. Lee, Russell Holmes in the middle, who not only can offensively be dominating, but they also have such great footwork laterally. They can close a lot of balls.
Yeah.
And then, of course, the addition of Paul Lotman. Listen, the experienced guy doesn't make a lot of mistakes, and this young Hartley kid, I mean, unbelievable. A strong opposite. It's a well-formed team. But the team they're playing against, also who we lost to in 4, passes the ball, stays in system. They got a big opposite in Kurt Toppel. And obviously, the addition of the 2 beach guys, their ball control is amazing.
Yeah.
I was commenting the other day, you know, the Crab, I'm going to call him a kid because I'm old, but the Crab kid does some things you don't see indoor a lot.
Yeah.
And so it takes people a little while to kind of figure it out. So this is going to be an awesome match.
Well, like you, he was a ABCA All-American, you know, and who would have thought us? Well, they sometimes say 6'1", you know, but...
Well, he's an amazing athlete.
Yeah.
He reminds me a lot of Reed Pretty. You know, he's we call him quick twitch. I mean, he gets the ball in a hurry. Obviously, everybody talks about his vertical, which is great. But his court vision, and I didn't grow up a beach guy. You know, we don't have a lot of those in Indiana. But I'm going to assume that his vision out here, it's amazing because when you grow up playing in the beach, you have to see hands, see the court.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, some guys swing high and hard and just hope and pray. He has a plan on every swing.
Big serve by Lotman from the service line. Back set to Toppel. Look at that block. There's your kid right there, Scotty Hartley.
Unbelievable. You know, so many kids can jump and be strong, but his technical game is also very solid. I mean, I was last night, he hit one down the line on me that about killed Marcus Nielsen. Kind of reminded me of when Murillo did it to me in 08. The kid is good.
Lotman going back to serve now. Blizzard up 12-11 here in set number 2. We've got a tight one here already. Stunts as a libero has been pretty impressive through the tournament.
Absolutely. Passing nails. Yeah, I would not be surprised if this goes 5.
Yeah.
I mean, these are 2 well-balanced teams, and they're here to win. And so if this doesn't go 5, I'd be shocked.
Now, as a player coach, and what kind of adjustments would you make? Would you be staying with what you got here, or would you try and adjust through the match here?
Well, I think the biggest thing both teams, and as you know, and no matter what it is, girls, boys, men's, women's volleyball, it comes down to serving and passing. So you see these guys teeing off on serves, just trying to get them out of rhythm.
Johannes Brink with a hang time shuts down A.J. Nally.
Oh, that little Kong block with the one-hander there.
Yeah, it's only, I think the only second Kong block I've seen here in the tournament, but, oh, that is just a swat.
Yeah, that probably didn't feel good. Yeah.
Not good for the self-esteem. We need to get a couple psychologists in here. Ryan Meehan going back serve. Long Beach State alum with a tough serve. And he gets an ace.
Interesting enough, Ryan Meehan actually played 2 years for Team Pineapple.
Oh, did he?
He did. He played 2 years for us at USV Nationals. Wonderful player, good middle blocker. And he has this kind of hybrid sort of, if you watch it, it doesn't have a ton of topspin, kind of a slow one, so it sneaks up on people.
Let's watch. Oh, he went speed on that one. McKibben with a great save. Free ball over. Fears sets back to Brink. The hot hand dug by Crab. Yeah, these beach guys on defense, they do things that
I mean, if you watch, I don't know if they're going to replay that, but if you watch Crab there, he's playing in zone 6. Most people stay back for high hands. He's in the middle of the court. That's how confident he is on digging that ball.
Yeah, he just wants anything he touches is going to be right back up.
Absolutely.
Now you got a couple guys on your Pineapple team, some Puerto Rican guys that are playing well. Ivan Matos and then Luis Bertram. They're fun to watch play.
Oh, yeah.
Ball's dug by Crab. McKibben sets the bick. Oh, but waiting for it's Russ Holmes, the experienced middle blocker. And A.J. Nally with a use and abuse.
I tell you what, Russ did that against us. That's an amazing move that young middle blocker should watch. He actually jumped with the quick and jumped a second time to get up on that big.
Wow.
Most blockers, they jump, they think, oh, crap, it didn't happen. But he worked so hard to get his hands back up there. That's an amazing touch there. And a nice hustle by Kurt Toppel to pick up the cover.
Right. Well, that's the thing. It's like, so the overload, because created by the BIC, it's like, what does a middle blocker do? You have to develop a second quick jump.
Absolutely. The BIC has changed the men's game since Brazil started doing it about 10 years ago. You don't see one collegiate team, even the women, backslide BIC. I mean, it is literally the old X2 we used to run back when you and I played. Remember, front one, X2 around. There's no more X2s anymore. They run these BICs at a high level.
And now they're going to these 30s and 40s and then burn sets on the inside. Like, so many options.
It's amazing to see the physicality of these guys until people walk out here and see that we're all 6'8", and Marcus maybe 7 foot for Marcus Nielsen, and they jump 40 inches and they're hitting the ball 80 miles an hour. I mean, it is so fast paced. I tell people, I say, well, I've never seen men's volleyball. Go one time, and you're hooked.
Yeah. Oh, it's great action. And, me being a public address announcer or a host, I get to sit courtside. I get to see how fast it's going from the side view, which a lot of people don't get to see that close. And there's balls that can do some damage.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. I remember back in the day, my opposite for a lot of years, Clay Stanley, man, when he went back there, everyone just put their helmet on and hope to hit him in the hand somewhere. Otherwise, you're not getting a good pass on it.
Well, I mean, you're getting situations where servers are missing, but they hit the spit out of the ball and then give the guy a concussion at the net.
Right, absolutely.
So we got 16-13 on our second technical timeout. Let's see what Lloyd's got to say about what he sees as far as what's going on the court.
Well, as I said before, it comes to serving and passing, and right now the team behind is passing a little lower percentage, 35% opposed to 50. Anytime these teams can stay in system as fast as they run to the pins and the BIC we talked about and the over-the-head stuff, that team usually has the advantage.
Right. Johannes, bring back to serve. You got a couple of your Team Pineapple guys hanging out on top of the banner there. Oh, muscle by the block by Topple. Hartley was right there on top of him. What could he have done differently to keep that ball from going through there?
You know, it's amazing. Sometimes you actually jump too high. You know, everyone thinks we hit this ball at 12 foot. Eventually, guys want to try to pull the ball down, and actually he was just a little too high over the net, kind of went through his hands. If he presses over, that's a bounce straight down.
Wow. Excellent advice from coach, player, boy ball, and just international volleyball stud.
Amazing.
Hartley must have been dialing into the broadcast here because he did exactly what you said.
Yeah, if he can continue to develop that part of his game, because obviously he's got the gas, he's got the heat on the left side, but if he can add a little bit of those roll shots, because as you saw, Kurt Topple's back there ready to put his helmet on and dig that ball, that roll shot falls down because you're so locked in.
Yeah. Hartley stepping back to serve, stands at 6'5", played at University of Hawaii, a former Rainbow Warrior with a wicked serve.
Crazy.
Oh.
I think the French would say touche on that roll shot. Yeah, I think that's, if you got one, I got one too.
Yeah, would you say that the Blizzard defenders are playing defense on their heels on that one?
A little bit. Well, that's another thing. Crab is so smart. He's had a couple high hand shots, so they're saying deep to run balls down, and he throws in one of those.
Float serve by McKibben. Russ Holmes. Oh, looks like it's down and in, but someone called touch.
I think that was OT, as we call, over the top. Yeah.
18-15 Blizzard. They take the set. They can be up 2-0. I think Academy United's got to take this one for the equalizer.
I agree. I actually picked Blizzard to win this match.
Oh, look at that. Calling it early. Wow.
And I don't have a favorite. I just think as a team, the pieces they have are just a little bit more. And listen, and McKibben and Crab have been awesome.
Yeah.
But in the end, if you haven't practiced a whole lot with your team in big moments like that, sometimes the connection's not quite right. And I know the Blizzard's such a well-organized club that they've been working hard together to be prepared for this NBA.
Yeah. Well, it's 19-15, and looks like Academy United's taking a timeout. And, this is the thing. Academy United, throughout the rest of the tournament, they haven't really lost.
Right.
They are really strong, and they find a way. Actually, the way is Taylor Crab.
Absolutely, yeah. The one thing about them, they can't become kind of a one-player dominated team. Against us, Kurt Topple had a heck of a match, and he hasn't really got going yet. If I was a setter on the other side, I'd try to get him involved a little bit, get the middle a little involved. As you saw in that last Crab, even though he got a kill, all three blockers were there, so they're starting to pick up the tendencies.
Yeah.
So we need to mix it up a little bit.
Now, is that something that you, as a coach, do you start teaching that strategy early on?
Absolutely, because listen, every setter, including me, have a style, right? And so we always have a plan A, but not enough setters have a plan B. And so eventually a team experience like this with all these great players are going to pick up what your tendencies are, and that's the time we have to make a shift. And I would say right now at 19-15 would be that time.
19-15 with Russ Holmes serving. Look at that reach of Topple. Up and off the block as Crab steps back to serve down 16-19.
I'll be curious to see if he goes back to the jumpy. It hasn't been working on against us. He had the jump floaty, which I thought actually caused more problems. Yeah, he goes back to the floaty. That's
Francis with the pass to the right side. Brink with a tip by the block, but Kibben sets the middle. You can see that coming, but Brink picks it up off the block. Fears out to Lotman. Lotman with a stutter step approach draws Topple into the net. Now, for those who aren't really familiar with the game, why would an outside hitter have that stutter step approach?
Well, that ball kind of drifted off the net a little bit. As a hitter, especially in transition, you want to have the ball led in front of you. And I thought that time the setter from Blizzard kind of left it a little off the net, so I think that's why the stutter step came in.
There he goes. There's the explanation. We've been, between Dalton Amber and I, we're like, there's a lot of stutter step going on between Fears and Lotman at the outside. He's having some issues adjusting to the height and the tempo of the set.
Well, especially Lotman, I'm going to guess that he hasn't spent a lot of time with this setter for the Blizzard, and so he's probably waiting as long as he can to keep that ball in front of him so he sees the block in front of him. So if the ball tends to drift off, the net gets behind him, and that stutter step comes into play.
Yeah. We've got Conrad Kaminsky serving for Academy United. Fears sets high out the brink, and it goes off the tape, but I can't tell if I guess it's in.
Like that, as opposed to that flyer, that was a great set by the setter here for the Blizzard number one. He kept it in front of him. The big guy got the ball, and he hit that ball 4-4, which is an amazing, amazing attack.
Right. Now, obviously, with all the experience you've got, we've got two different kinds of setters here. We have, Fears, who stands at 6'5", pretty decent height. And you got Riley McKibben, who's right around 6'1", 6'2", small or big as a setter.
Yeah, people always ask me, and obviously as a guy who is 6'8", and back when I was younger, could block some balls and dump some balls, it doesn't really matter. Listen, if you can run your team, keep them in system, and locate the ball, and to be honest with you, the setter here for the Academy is a good little blocker, makes lots of touches, and if he doesn't, he makes up for it on defense.
Right. We've got a timeout taken by Academy United, down by 5 here in set number 2. This is even just watching and following the international game. I mean, obviously in the United States, the only way you can do that is watching these illegal Russian feeds or Brazilian gambling feeds. But you have setters like William stands at 5'11", maybe 5'11", and then you have bigger setters around the world. But just even the motion of the wrist gives something away to the middle blocker. It's like, you guys really watch that stuff?
Absolutely. Absolutely. We teach our young setters now so many times. Young players will take the ball out in front of them to prepare to set backwards because they have to throw their hip forward so many times. The ball will be behind them if they're going to go forward. We always tell our setters, you have to prepare to set the outside every time, regardless of where you're going with it, so it looks exactly the same. Otherwise, guys like David Lee will eat you alive.
Yeah. And that's what makes the game so fun. It's like who can juke who.
It's a chess match. Every setter has a chess match. You try to stay one step ahead of the middle blocker.
Yep. And volleyball's a more cerebral game than people give it credit for. And there's so many little intricacies. Oh, look at that. I thought it was an ace by Lodman. That's a laser.
18-22.
Topple back to serve for Academy United.
All these systems are in place, Rob. I mean, defensive system, blocking line, blocking cross court, who has tip responsibility, where's the bit going to come? I mean, offense, who we trying to overload on? We going against the flow. There's all kind of things that go into it. It's just not bump, set, spike.
Yeah. Johannes bringing it to the backside. Yeah, that's a book of knowledge right here, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go play club with Loy over there.
There you go. Man, we Team Pineapple, we accept everybody. We love them all.
Ryan Meehan going back to serve, the former Long Beach State 49er. Stands at 6'9", serves into the net. And that is could have been the separator there, give them their 24th point, but instead gives a point to Academy United with A.J. Nally, a tough server for the Red Squad.
Great pass, jeez. That is a dime.
Yes, it is. Look at this. Hartley, one on, well, I'll make a case for
you can't teach that.
Yeah.
You can't teach that. Yeah, kids at home, you can't teach that. That's some God-given ability right there. That's a great cross-body swing.
It's not like Riley McKibben's a bad blocker either.
No, that's just a better swing. It happens. Yeah. You may do everything right, and sometimes the guy makes a better play.
Brink with a tough serve to Crab. Back in the middle, cutting back is Amber, goes out of play. Buying time here for Academy United. I don't think I've seen Academy United lose 2 sets this entire tournament.
Going forward, I'd love to see McKibben do that more. They've been setting a lot of the pins, a lot of topple, a lot of outsides, but getting their middles involved would really, really help, especially now the Blizzard has kicked out thinking about the pins.
Oh, the match
that may be out. I'm not sure. that may be a little long. Just a bit outside.
Yes, yeah. So Blizzard goes up 2 sets to 0, 27-25 and 25-20. We got to see if Academy United can push this to a fourth. Sorry.
I'd be shocked.
A fourth, yeah.
I'd be shocked. They got a lot of pride. They got a lot of great players. I mean, like I said, I wouldn't be surprised if this game still ends up going 5. Ups and downs in volleyball. That's one thing that's amazing about it. In volleyball, the rallies back and forth, and even though you're down 5 or 6 points, you can still come back. And then, unlike other sports, if you're behind, it's hard to catch up. You can start 0-0 again right now.
Yeah,
so if they come out strong and make a statement, I think they have a chance to get back in this match.
Well, you actually had an experience, so you almost had to go back to 0. You're down 11-0.
Yeah, I appreciate the NVA board not making me play 11 extra points. Yeah, at my age, every point is a big toll on the body.
So while we got this break here, I want to ask you more specifically about NVA type of stuff. But you know, as far as like this weekend, what is the takeaway that you have playing here in this tournament? You know, and being with all these guys that obviously are younger than you, but the potential outcome of this weekend.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, this is a huge win for the NVA, regardless of who wins. And obviously, everybody wants to be the champion, wants to win that prize money. The fact that it was so well organized, the logistics were amazing. Staying at the MGM Grand, playing at this wonderful facility that the team put together. I mean, people watching at home right now, this is one of the best live feeds I've ever seen, and I've been playing for a long, long time. The fact that the sponsors have been great, the backers have been great, just the overall response has been overwhelming. I mean, I must have 1,000 tweets a day from all over the world saying, how do we get involved?
Right.
How do we become part of this? People have been waiting for 30 years, Rob, to have some kind of domestic program here, and everyone's excited. I remember there was an article just the other day I did on the Italian newspaper. The Moscow Times did one. You know, all of us who played overseas, these people are asking, okay, how can we get more information? And I know you've been asked the same question, so that's kind of why I'm on here today, to make people realize that this is just the beginning. If you think this is exciting, wait to what's coming with the showcases that we're putting together, the 3 events, like I said, last weekend in January on the West Coast, first weekend in February at the Ball Sports Academy in Indiana, all culminating into a wonderful finals being held out in Long Beach later in May.
See, I'm looking forward to that. I mean, May's going to be a big volleyball month. There's so much happening between you've got the NCAA Men's Final Four the first weekend, along with, which happens on the same day, but that's another issue. You've got the Women's Beach. You've got I think it's the AVP, which is going to turn into an FIVB event. And then for California, that's going to be all the high school championships for boys, too. So.
It's an exciting time. You know, there's the growth momentum right now. I mean, who would have thought? I mean, the women are on TV every night. I mean, our Olympic teams both won bronze in the last Olympics. They're going to be wonderful again. I mean, you got guys like John Spirac, Coach Kara. I mean, the names and the things that are happening, and the NVA just wants to be part of it. We just want to help develop this sport. And I know you can tell by the way I talk how much passion I have for it.
And it's awesome
I mean, I grew up, balloon volleyball at 4, lived in a house with a legendary, Hall of Fame coach. And so it's in our blood, it's in our family. If we can pass that kind of passion onto these young kids, not only teach them the skills, but really teach them to love the game, they're going to cherish it just like you and I do.
Yeah. Well, what's amazing is, so in the area from the Midwest and Indiana, just the influence of volleyball, truly the growth of volleyball didn't really occur until you and your dad came onto the scene, really, and started spreading in the Midwest. You see, it's at the Great Lakes region, and that Chicago area really started to develop, and it's going into St. Louis. We need to get Texas going, though.
Exactly.
That's a big state.
People don't realize the national team used to train in Columbus. I mean, that's where,
did they?
That's where Doug Beal came from, Ball State University, Mick Haley, Arnie Ball. I mean, Midwest, the great Don Shondell. I mean, there's so many things that spur, and I'm not trying to take anything from the West Coast, because obviously that's a volleyball hotbed, but it's really a continental sport. I mean, all these small places in the Midwest and West Coast that help develop it, I mean, it's why we're a family.
Yeah, it's actually one of the comments. Nick England, lots of laugh. My parents played tournaments in the Midwest, and watched Lloyd grow up playing when he was in his teens. What do you mean? You're still in your teens.
Yeah. Well, they probably saw one. The last time I ever played with my dad, I was 17, and we played at a forge tournament down in Ball State, and I still remember just the tongue lashing he would give me anytime I missed the ball. And we won that, and I think he was 54 at the time.
I'd love to see a video of your dad hitting 10-foot line. I met your dad for the first time in person. The school that I normally announce for, UC Irvine, played their first national championship against your dad in 2007.
Absolutely. That was one of our best runs there. That was a great match. We beat Pepperdine in the semifinal, which no one saw coming. And I can tell you, I was actually in Greece playing professionally at the time and watching it on live and talking to my mom at the same time on the phone. I was probably in as much tears as Dad after, unfortunately, the Irvine got us.
Yeah. That was a great team, though, for IPFW. And that's what really opened my eyes. Like, C.J. Macias was on that team. And he came from Florida. And I'm like, but there's no boys programs in Florida. How did he develop the talent and then come to play in this national championship match?
I know he played on the beach as well, and people have to appreciate the fact that us Midwest schools, especially IPFW, which some people still know what it stands for.
Well, it's Fort Wayne now, right?
Exactly. We just changed our name. We had to be a little creative, hence our Puerto Rican conglomerate up there that we've had for a bunch of years, and find guys who wanted to come and play at a smaller school and a smaller conference. Oh, that's a big block right there. Oh, yeah. I think he liked it. I think he liked it.
Conrad Kaminsky doing some cross training here, CrossFit run across the court after the block.
That is a big boy dropping his inside hand and giving the old bounce-a-rooney right there.
See, I know that CJ did play abroad, but the same thing there. It's like you have like this talented player. Where do they go after the college career?
NVA. They're going to go to the NVA.
Yeah. Actually, they had the Puerto Rican leagues back in the day, so they could play. It's a 6-month season, if I remember correctly, right?
Correct. Yeah, a little shorter than most, and obviously there's nothing wrong with playing on an island.
Yeah.
Competition, though, as they would admit, nothing like we're seeing here in this championship match.
Yeah, that's definitely, there is a lot of talent across the United States, and a league like this is needed in order to showcase all those players that are across the board here.
Like I said, I mean, Marcus said it. I actually talked to Jiba the other day. He said it watching it. All my friends from overseas said it. Said, we don't know the names of these guys, and they're amazing. I mean, how do we see more? How do we get more of them? And so hopefully that'll have a bunch of these guys continue to play in the NBA or opportunities overseas, whatever it leads to, but just more volleyball.
Yeah, Jiba was one of the things, like, think you can get him to come up?
I'll tell you what, I don't like losing, so I definitely gave him a call.
The next pineapple roster, Jiba, Loy, Marcus.
Yeah, maybe a little international flavor,
Volkov going to be on there? Oh, but you already have Mountain.
Yeah, we got Bogomolov, my buddy 7-footer from Russia. Bring him over.
Got to use that influence, right?
Absolutely, whatever it takes.
We got a 6 serving to 3. Academy United making a run here in our second set early. Look at that.
Great play.
Waffled long by A.J. Nally, but he doesn't make too many mistakes. At least through the tournament, he hasn't.
Yeah, not many guys in this tournament can make that play Crab made right there. I mean, to run that ball down and put it in the middle of the court where they got an in-system set.
So for the guy who isn't part of a D1 or D3 or even an NAIA program, just has a club program, this gives them an opportunity to really just come and show that they can play ball, this league.
Yep, absolutely. This will only help the growth of our national team. Oh, great dig again. And a Bic maybe? Yep, love it.
Look at that. Lloyd calling the sets out by Riley.
I'd set it.
Look at Ryan Meehan talking the trash to Taylor Crab.
Did he just go Matumbo on him right there with the finger wave?
Oh, yeah. You know, those Long Beach State guys, they're lucky he's an alumni, or else Taylor would come across the net and pop him.
I'm going to tell you right now, if I'm McKibben, I'd probably set him another Bic right now, just so Crab can give him a little bit back to him.
I think he's probably going to do it. There's a lot of Long Beach State guys out here on the court.
There are.
Oh, that's a great serve. Oh, he went back to topple. Oh, that's our guy Harley. I think you like Harley. Recruit him to come to Pineapple, maybe?
Well, I don't want Bill Lee to kick me out of the NBA. I don't know if I start stealing all his players. I'm working on D. Lee as well. So, hey, all's fair in love and war and the NBA.
That's what they do in the NBA, right? And all the other pro leagues, they do the same thing.
Absolutely.
Show me the money.
Well, that's our goal. Obviously, every year continue to get some more financial backing so we can, continue to pay these players to stay here at home and showcase this wonderful sport.
Now, I guess, I'll wait till the technical timeout to ask you the next question because it's more NBA related. Oh, we're right there anyways.
Good timing.
What kind of plan is there as far as soliciting more support for the league?
Well, obviously, this showcase actually showed a bunch of our potential sponsors how wonderful the opportunity was. So we've had a couple great days of meetings with them where they are going to invest in the rest of this season and get us going. On top of that, hosting all these events, every club's responsible to host an event. 70% of those winnings stay with the club to help with logistics, traveling, and all that kind of stuff. And then the prize money, once again, goes up from the sponsors in the finals in May. And so that'll only continue to build momentum. We'll continue to put money into all these programs that also trickle trickle down into the club. A small percentage has to go into the youth and the grassroots to make sure those programs. So like I said, kind of bottom to top, top to bottom, financially, we became very, very relevant with this showcase.
Yes, yes. Now, have you been getting any kind of data or analytics as to what's been happening day 2 and day 3? I've only been made aware of what's happened day 1, but
yeah, the growth is amazing. I know you were part of it. You know, day 1, we weren't sure about how many people would tune in right away, and so we purchased the server, and it went down, as you know, because so many people wanted to watch.
Right.
And so we went from a server that we could have about 20,000 to we went to a server we could host 400,000. And as you know, each match we've gained about 20 to 25,000 more people. I mean, over 100,000 people watching this, Rob. I mean,
that's awesome.
Awesome.
Service in the net by Topple out of the timeout. Brings us a 1-point game. But yeah, go and share more about the analytics you've been hearing.
Yeah, and so the way it's breaking down right now, like I said, we'll have these 3 events before the finals. All these teams will put them on themselves. Every team will then be ranked going into those finals. We will allow all these teams, including Team Pineapple, to have local people involved sponsorship. You know, I don't know if the jerseys will ever look like the Italian Football League, but there will be other sponsors on there that help keep the coffers filled to get these guys plane rides and get these guys paid a little bit. Great set there. Oh my goodness. With eventually the goal being in a year or two to have signed contracts, especially for the bigger players.
Right.
Probably have some kind of pay scale for the younger ones where, hey, if this is your first year, this is what you're going to make. And then bring in those big names and sign some contracts. And the best part is, okay, probably not $1 million contract next year. Everybody understands that. But people will play for less to come here and be part of good volleyball, organized volleyball, and to live in America.
Stay at home, be in a family, and maybe hold another job while doing it.
Sure, to start with, but we're on the right path. Like I said, this is a huge win for the NVA. The way it's been organized, the way it's been received online, and obviously the level of play has gone above expectations.
I just want to add that a comment came on. Greg Petty said he'll play with you.
I love Greg. You know, him and his brother have been part of volleyball in the Midwest for a long time. Yeah. Tell him I wish him well. He's recovering from knee surgery. So, Greg, I hope you get better soon. And as you know, you always can bang left side for me, brother.
Wasn't Jay Petty here?
Exactly.
Playing?
That's his older brother, yeah.
Oh, wow. Well, he is a good banger for one of the Chicago teams.
Lights out. Yep.
Lights out.
That's another thing, you know, Chicago has an unbelievable amount of young people. I mean, you know, between the Icemen, between Luau, between Lights Out. I mean, you could almost put 3 NVA teams in Chicago alone.
Yeah.
That's a nice block move by the young setter.
Kind of like in baseball with the Cubs and the White Sox. Rolling it down the line is Crab, but Blizzard on top of it. Look at this. Second, he's trying to tool a young guy. Fears, saved by Brink. Free ball. Look at that shallow free ball picked up by Amberg. Rolling it down the line is
great defense.
Crab.
Nice set.
Fears gets a swing in.
Benefits of being left-handed right there. That was a great play by Lawton to put that ball up 50-50, and Fears just goes up and bangerangs. Listen, as setters, we got to get some love too, right?
Exactly.
We need to get some points on there too.
Well, Riley got 2 overpass kills this morning. I didn't think he could hit, but they bounced him on the 10-foot line.
I tell you, you see Riley walking down the street, you wouldn't think much about him, and you walk out here, he is a heck of an athlete, heck of a competitor.
Yeah, he and his brother Madison playing on the beach. They got good stuff going on.
Absolutely.
It's fun. They're great. Another couple of great personalities for the sport.
Yep. And that's one thing the NVA is going to continue to develop. You know, unfortunately in volleyball, because it's a team sport, which is wonderful, we don't identify with players well enough unless they've maybe won a gold medal or a medal or something like that. Where here we need to showcase that some of these guys are special, and that's okay. You can have a special player in a team sport, and it still contribute. Nice ace right there to the team winning. You know.
Right. Yeah, see, I get the benefit of sitting with players like yourself and getting the story. I'm like, man, this needs to go out there. You know, you just sit with the players. And like, gosh, they're multi-dimensional and they are excellent ambassadors for the game.
We have a bunch of them here today.
And some are actually really brainy too. You have some doctors, engineers,
absolutely,
guys just work well with their hands and and just happen to love playing volleyball and could crush you. Except for the Libros. They're the soft guys.
I don't know. They probably work the hardest, yeah. I appreciate my libero. At my age, I need that ball close to the net. Small area.
Russ Holmes serves it in the net in our tight set here. It's 13-11. Academy United hanging on to this very, very small 2-point lead.
Yeah, a little do or die here. I mean, I always tell my team, you know, the right between 8 and 16 is where I like to make a run. I wouldn't be surprised if we see a couple of runs here by Academy to try to get a little separate. Oh, nice swing there by Lauman. Try to get the score. Because if it's tight at the end, I don't love it for the Academy.
Yeah.
So a couple points here in the middle would be nice.
Now, do you see any particular adjustments that Academy United made that have given this lead here?
I think the biggest thing, they've gone to the middle a little bit. We've also set Topo a little bit. You know, Crab was getting a lot of balls early. Like right there, that's a great choice right there by Riley. Just unfortunately went along. You know, the ball's open, the block had spread out. It's the right choice. Sometimes it just doesn't work out.
Yeah.
I'd like to see him run again.
13-13, so we've leveled off here with Cole Fears, the 6'5" setter, serving. Nally with a hand pass to Crab. No shocker there. Look at that block at the outside. They're anticipating the ball going to Crab. Oh, there's a little beach sense right there. Go to the middle. Johannes Brink sending fire in the hole. The Stanford trees have a little opening in between them.
Yep.
That's a double 6-9 coming at you. Kaminsky and Topple, but Brink happened to just see the light.
Yep. Yeah, Brink has had a nice match. You know, he was good against us last night, but it was some other people who did things. But he's been really, really good, hitting a high percentage right now for this match and kind of carrying the weight.
Oh, look at that reaction time off the defense. Ball's hit, blocked so fast back at him. Stunts with a great dig. Crab going beach. Oh, look, he's dancing on the line. Almost went underneath.
I think they call that the line shotty, don't they? A little high down the line. I think he's probably done it a few times in his career.
Well, I've heard it referred to as a jumbo. Yeah, I've been watching a little bit of all the beach team, trying to support all our players. Just
Absolutely.
Like I said, we have phenomenal personalities on all the tours. They're all players, you know, men's and women's side alike. And then even coming through the club programs, just we got great people in the game.
Well, I'm really appreciative of these two beach guys coming here and playing a showcase. I mean, we're all one family. It's all one sport. And so I think slowly but surely as we continue to work together, see some crossover athletes one way or the other, I think it's great for the game.
Well, if they call you and say, hey, Lloyd, will you play beach with me?
Ooh, yeah, I don't know. I got real tender feet.
You just got to block. Block and get the second contact every time.
I could probably handle those two.
Conrad Kaminsky going back to serve. We are in a toe-to-toe brawl at 15-15 here in our third set. This could tip the scales. Oh. Talk to me about A.J. Nally's play through the week here, because he just had a huge block.
Well, I was just going to say, I mean, he's one guy. I think if Academy's going to come back and be in this match, he needs to step up a little bit. His hitting game's a little off today, although it's a wonderful block move. But this whole week, he has been amazing. His cutback line shot has hit every elbow of everyone he's played. He's passed the ball. He's served real well. I think he's probably the difference maker if Academy gets back in this match.
Yeah. Well, more on the NVA since we have a longer break here. What would be if you could have the big dream, what would that look like for the NBA?
Yeah, I mean, I think we have enough players domestically and then with an infusion of foreign players to have 20 teams.
Wow.
You know, I mean, I think we could represent 20 different areas of the United States. I think we could have 2 divisions, East and West, 10 teams in within the 5 best teams in each meeting in a championship or a playoff series, kind of like the NBA does. I think that the spectatorship and participation from sponsors overseas would only continue to not only grow the game, but financially make it even more stable than we are right now. And so I think the sky's the limit. But once again, I think the best thing about the staff that we've put together here, the board and Bill Lee and his group, is that we're starting the right way. We're starting small. People, when we came out here a month ago to try to lay things out, T-Mobile sent out, hey, they said, listen, we don't need a 10,000-seat arena, right? Yeah. We need a place that the stands are full. It's a wonderful venue. Yeah. The video's well. Let's make it a win. And let's make it a win and build from there. And so many times you try to bite off more than you can chew, I guess they would say, and we didn't do that this time.
Well, that's the thing I recognize on those European leagues, especially in Poland. It's not like a really big venue. Even in France, it's not a big venue. It's just enough to maybe fit maybe like 1,000, but it's filled with crazy people screaming the whole time.
Well, I think about when I first went to Kazan, where Matt Anderson is now, for 5 years. First year we played in an arena downtown, and we get a couple thousand people. Then first time we win a Russian championship. Next time we win a Champions League. All of a sudden, we can build our own stadium where Matt plays now. That holds 7,000 people. and so that's the way to do things. You know, people are in such a hurry for success, and obviously, since I'm in my twilight, I'm probably not playing for much longer. But if we do it the right way and sustainable, it'll be here for a long time.
Well, he'll definitely be coaching.
Absolutely, yeah. They're not getting rid of me that easy.
Oh, great. Oh, almost a great dig. But that's Russ Holmes, who wisely knows what to do with the ball in the middle.
It's great to see Russ play again, you know. I think he probably would agree. His career could have been a little longer. I know he's a great family man, a wonderful ambassador of games. So for him to be part of this movement in the NVA and be here and playing is a huge, huge thing for the NVA.
Yeah, between he and David Lee, Blizzard's got a pretty solid team, a good solid lineup there.
Yeah, if you don't know those names, you're not watching enough volleyball.
Oh, look at that. Paul Lotman stood in and took a
great
big attack.
sack.
Oh.
I like it. I love when liberos do that. Our libero, Luis Beltran, who's obviously amazing, running one way, setting the other way. In fact, he set a 31 behind the 10-foot line one time. I mean, I'd like him to put on a show.
He is a fun player to watch. Another player on your team, Sean Dryden.
Absolutely. Shawnee, a lot of fire. He's our DS right now. Come in and bang, serves. People look at him, he's only 6'1", but he's got a hammer.
Yeah. Mike.
Speaking of hammers, here comes our guy.
That's right. We notice a serving routine he does. We call it the show me the money. He does some with his fingers here. Let's see if he does it. There. But, man, if he's hitting serves, that's close every time.
Yeah, that could have been an opener right there. If he would have gotten a run at 18-all, I think Academy had been in trouble.
So I got to ask about some of your former teammates. You know, maybe you do a Twilight tour, play Stanley back in, right?
Man, I would love to see Big Clay back in. Talk about heavy balls. I mean, that guy, you know, ace leader, kill leader for us for a lot of years. Also played with him. There you go. Riley got a block.
That's right. Look at that. Oh, he's smiling. He knows. Did he really get it? He may be taking credit for it, but I don't know if he got it.
All those little guys do that. You know, those big guys reach over there, and then the little guy raises his hand and wants the stat sheet. Yeah.
Well, that's a good thing about collegiate. You know, they do a block assist column. Not like the international game, just one block for the point.
That's right. That's right. No, it was a great block move there by Riley.
We got 2018 with Academy United leading here in our third set, trying to push us to a fourth set. They're down 0-2 to Blizzard. But, yeah, there is some really good action. We've seen so many good matches here. You know, I didn't know what to expect when I first came out. I just didn't recognize some of the names, but after watching warm-ups, like, oh, we're going for some long ones here.
Yeah, it's been impressive. The physicality of the game, the speed of the game, you know, and the women's game has become the same way. I mean, they're huge athletes moving fast, but these guys are putting some gas on the ball. And then the way they pass, I mean, I've been amazed how well the ball handling has been, considering these guys are blasting away.
Yeah. Well, you know, the new collegiate season is upon us next year, and you know, there's a lot of good teams, and the talent it's showing its spread around the nation.
Can I call Fort Wayne national champions right now? Can I throw it out there?
Sure, why not? You know.
I love the Dons. I had to have a shout out to my boys back there in Fort Wayne. Go Dons.
That's right. But you know, the MIVA, they have the potential to be three-peaters.
Ohio State's been legit. Yeah.
Amber
nice
coming away.
There.
Yeah. Francis with a good pass to the net, and Russ holds the middle. Look at that scrapping as AJ Nally. Riley McKibben. Oh, Lotman staring through. All in good fun.
Yeah, I know it looks like it's chippy out there sometimes, and people say and do some stuff, but in the end, we're all one big family.
Yeah.
I'm sure they'll share Coca-Cola after the game and talk about that play right there.
Yeah, then the stories like those fishing tails, right? Remember how big that block was on you? Oh, but right back, Riley McKibben. Oh, look at that. Now Paul Lotman chirping at Hanson Leong, our first referee.
I think Paul thought it was over the net, but us setters usually get the benefit of that call. Yeah.
Look at that, coming from true experience and wisdom.
Okay, we'll get a replay right here. You can be the judge.
I'll let you.
Oh. Riley may have got away with one there. Yeah, that's okay, though.
Well, the Academy United bench looking back saying, did you see the replay? Oh, Lotman hitting hard. He wasn't happy with that, the way that last call went, but they got back. Yeah, I don't think the crowd would be upset if we went 5.
No, more volleyball the better, especially at this high level.
You know, interesting enough, so Las Vegas, this area here, not so big on volleyball. Wow. Ryan Meehan on Conrad Kaminsky. A wall of shame.
That's just a great read by him. You know, he knows Kaminsky likes to hit that cutback, so Ryan jumps, drop his right hand in there. That's a great move by him.
Yeah, that's watching too much game tape there. He studied tendencies. Yeah, there's next level volleyball being played here. Oh, and Kurt Topple, the senior member of Academy United. Yes, I'm correcting myself. I said Ryan Stuntz was a senior member, but Kurt Topple's a month older than Ryan.
So he's old man on the team. Yeah, he's the gray hair.
Yeah, that's right.
Still got a little gas in the tank.
That's right. Hey, the gray hair gorillas, they have the most wisdom.
There you go.
22 serving to 21. That's Taylor Crabb going back to serve. That's right. You heard Taylor Crabb. He's traded in the beach shorts for some indoor shorts. And that's Ryan Meehan, who's become a factor here in our match.
He had that ace to finish off the first set. He's become a force of the net blocking and attacking.
22 to 22 with Paul Lottman back to serve. Blizzard trying to just shut it down right here, but as a volleyball fan, I'm kind of hoping they lose.
Well, my prediction was in 5, but at this pace, it may not take that long.
Look at that. Lottman delivers the ace. It's some good stuff here. We're going to take another timeout. It looks like Gary Resnick's taking a timeout.
I think Gary wants to throw a little ice on this one here and see if we can't cool him down.
Yeah.
I mean, the game has become a serve and pass game, as you know, Rob. I mean, these guys hit the ball so hard, and they get out of system. The block is so big, and so if you get on a serving run, but the same thing, as soon as they can side out, Academy can do the exact same thing.
Yeah, there's just the quality of libros that are out there now between, like on the national, you have Eric Shoji and Dustin Lawton. Out here, you see guys like Ryan Stuntz, who never had the opportunity to play abroad, but I mean, you look what they're doing, it's amazing. Kirk Francis on the other side, went to Long Beach State, was a great player there, just kind of stopped playing because he didn't want to go abroad. And we've got, I'm sure there's other stories out there.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, there's so much talent here in the U.S., so much talent.
Yeah.
And so once again, the NVA hopefully will provide an opportunity for those guys to continue their volleyball career.
Yeah. Obviously, me being a follower of the international game, I would love to see like an all-star team from like.
I tell you what, if you would put together an all-star team based on the players that are here, I think they would fare relatively well with some of those professional leagues. Need a side out here.
Let's see what Lottman does on the serve. Did he get iced or not? Big serve. Stuntz goes up and over. Outside, Hartley is blocked. And, of course, the senior member of Academy United coming through.
Yeah, remember that play. That could have been 24-22 there.
Yep.
And Kurt made a great line move here to shut down Hartley on that swing.
Oh, even Ryan Stuntz, Libra, comes back all fired up after a good dig there. Francis with a hand pass. Hartley. Oh, he sneaks it inside Amber. We've got match point for gold medal point. Serving at 23.
This is championship gold medal point.
Wow. Kind of cool to hear that. First gold medal point for the NVA.
Big moment right here. Big moment.
Showcase here. Good pass. Actually, pass the left front. Swing away. Topple off the block.
Great touch.
Lottman with an easy pass. Fierce in the middle. And looks like it's Ross Holmes who closes out again to end the night. Get gold for Blizzard Volleyball as they sweep Academy United 3-0, 27-25, 25-20, and 25-23. Boy, Ball, your thoughts on this match?
Amazing. I thought it'd go a little longer. I don't know if the fact that the Academy didn't have quite the bench and a lot of those guys had to play a lot of minutes, maybe they looked a little tired tonight. But I thought the Blizzard just got better every match in this event. And as you know, when you start catching fire, pass the ball well, serve the ball well, the confidence comes back, as well as the experience they had obviously on that side with the two Olympians. A well-deserved victory for the Blizzard, and congratulations on being the very first NBA champion.
Oh, most definitely. Yeah, this is we're going to have a awards presentation. I'm not quite sure how it's going to roll into, but I wanted to be able to thank Lloyd here for coming out, and thanks for bringing your Team Pineapple. Although you probably wanted to play this match, but you provided some great ball. Between having Marcus Nielsen, even like guys like Yvonne Mata, Sean Dryden, yourself, and your middles. Oh gosh, we've loved on Kevin Owens.
Big Red, yeah.
and even Matt Lesky. So you have such a talented team, and I'm looking forward to what happens here in this NVA league as it gets going.
Well, we're very honored to be here. I'm very honored to be part of the process that we're putting this together. I want to thank you and everyone else who made this event a huge success. And it's just the beginning. I just want people to understand that there'll be so much more information coming out, not only about the statistics and logistics of what happened here this weekend, but what's happening, like I said, in the West Coast the last weekend of January, first weekend at the Ball Sports Academy in Indiana, the rest of the season, and of course the finals we'll have in May. Stay tuned, stay involved, because this is going to happen. The NVA is real.
Oh, it is happening. The ball is rolling. Keep forgetting the ball is rolling. It is, though. I mean, you can't stop the momentum right now. We have a good thing here. So, we're excited. I'm excited. And I'm hoping to continue to be involved with everything here in NBA-wise and, see more awesome play. Like to see our American guys doing it,
Absolutely.
Sprinkled in with some international dudes.
Only the beginning. I want to thank everybody for tuning in. I want to thank you and everybody else involved. And watch out for the NBA.
That's right. It's an honor and privilege. Thank you very much.
Thank you, brother.
All right, we're going to our awards presentation, and we'll see what we got going there. And we're going to find our player of the match, too, and they're going to be player awards, from my understanding. And we're going to be calculating all the statistics to find out who those players are receiving awards. Yeah, I saw a comment on here. M-Hawk, Lloyd mentioned 20 to 100,000 viewers. YouTube's reporting 390. From my understanding, the main feed is the feed that's on the site, and it's collecting data separately. I asked for that explanation, too, because I actually work in social media. We're going courtside for the player of the match with Mark Petracos.
All right, guys, we're here with Ryan Meehan, player of the game in the championship match for Blizzard Volleyball. Ryan, congratulations, man.
Thanks, Mark.
How you feeling after that match?
Pretty nostalgic. It was a battle. Both sides played extremely well. The first set was a grinder, and winning that one kind of turned it for us.
So what does it feel like to play alongside, Russ and David Lee and Paul Lotman for this championship match and winning with them?
Not only is it great to play with them, but as a mentoring, they give you a lot of knowledge. They have a lot of good pointers, game time decisions, and they can even make some decisions for you and help you out.
Awesome. So going into this match, were you guys a little nervous, or what was the game plan going against Academy United?
Just kind of the standard, prepare, get a nice warm-up, mentally start thinking about what you're going to do differently to play against this team, and then, go out to win, play balls to the wall.
Got any shout-outs for the folks back home?
Hey, Mom. Hey, Jackie. Hey, Dad.
Awesome. Well, congrats again, man. Go celebrate accordingly, and we'll catch up with you later.
All right, thanks, Mark.
All right. You guys.
Thanks a lot, Mark, and congratulations to Ryan Meehan. Of course, a alumni of Long Beach State University. Meehan definitely was a big factor in their win over a very, very strong Academy United volleyball team from Northern California. So essentially it's a NorCal versus SoCal matchup, which didn't matter because we just love seeing great volleyball here in the court. There were plenty of excellent teams and representing the different areas in the United States. Break down some stats for you. For Blizzard, Paul Lotman led the way, 13 kills, hitting with a 48%. He also chipped in an ace and 2 blocks as well as 2 digs. Also leading way offensively, Johannes Brink, 11 kills, hitting 39% with a block and a dig. And also of note are Russ Holmes, 8 kills, 8 points. And I believe there are no errors, or close to no. Actually, he hit 73%, so he had an amazing hitting efficiency in the middle. Also chipped in a dig. On the Academy United side, somehow Blizzard found a way to contain Taylor Crabb. He still ended up with 10 kills, hit 42%. And then also Kurt Topol with 8 kills, hitting 44%. 2 aces for Thomas Amberg. On the blocking column, you had 3 apiece for actually got 6 total blocks for Conrad Kaminsky. And in the dig column, leading the way, no surprise here, the Beach defensive stud Taylor Crabb. Again, Blizzard of Southern California takes down Academy United of Northern California 3-0 in a surprising sweep. 27-25, 25-20, 25-23. The crowd looks bored, yes, that's because they're getting ready for the awards presentation. They're hanging around, wanting to see who the all-tournament team is. Trying to see if I can get that information, read it out for you, but if not, I may just have to go real time to the awards presentation. So if we do that, I'm going to go silent and just let the audio come from the MC host, Mark Sherman. You may recognize him from the Beach Volleyball Tour, as well as some USA Volleyball events. So we'll have an awards presentation in just a few moments. We're almost there. They've got a beautiful trophy for the gold medal team. If I wish I could just get you a life-size photo or something that they'd represented. It's all the pictures on the screen make it seem small, but it's actually a really big trophy. And they have the medals for the gold medal team, actually the gold medal, silver and bronze team, as well as the all tournament team, which is purely based on statistics. I was kind of hoping we would have done a media vote or committee vote, but they're going to go strictly on statistics, which will be hard because a lot of players played in this tournament, so some people got more reps than others, but there are definitely some people who shook things up, like Isaac Newble of Rising Tide. He came in, missed the first day of competition, but came in and made an immediate impact for the Rising Tide team from Chesapeake, Washington, D.C. area. Also, we've got a few other teams here. In our all-tournament team, they'll be represented, but like I said, I don't have access to the broken down stat sheet. They're keeping it hush-hush, so maybe we will go real-time on the awards presentation. But I hope they turn it the other way, and they have a camera person so you as the viewers can see it. You're looking at Team Blizzard wearing their first ever NVA championship t-shirt for winning the gold medal match. Team guys are running around getting information, passing information. I do get it. Working in the scenes in some big international tournaments, that's just the way it rolls. Yeah, you're trying to herd a lot of people and get a bunch of stats figured out, and really had to wait for the conclusion of this gold medal match in order to determine who would be the winners of certain awards. So we'll hang out here, and if I get more information, I'll come on the horn, but for the most part, I'll let go silent until we go to the mic and try and look at information in the meantime. If you're not able to hang back, really thank you all for hanging out with the NVA for the first ever NVA Pro Volleyball Showcase here in Las Vegas. Special shout out to UNLV for letting us be in your Student Health and Wellness and Recreation Center. And also to the MGM Grand for hosting us over in their beautiful hotel. But also, mainly thank you for the fans for supporting men's volleyball. We're hoping that we can continue to have something like this for years to come, because there is huge excitement for men's professional volleyball. And we know we have the talents in the United States, and we could actually attract talent from countries abroad. So, as you heard Lloyd Ball saying, it's such a great honor to have him sitting next to me and doing the color commentary, as well as talking about the NVA's future. It's such an honor and a privilege to be here with him. So I think we're ready to go. I'm going to stay quiet and see if you guys can get the ambient audio from Mark Sherman, our MC host.
$500 check. First, we're going with the best attacker of the tournament, and that would be, at a Rising Tide, Colin Irons. The best server of the tournament, with 10 aces from LVC, Joe Norton. The best blocker of the NVA Showcase from Academy, is Tom Amber. The best passer of the tournament, from Team Pineapple, Luis Bertrand. The best setter for the NVA showcase, from Academy United, is Riley McKibben. And our final award is the most valuable player. This player will receive a $1,000 check, and presenting the MVP award is NVA President Bill Lee. The MVP of the showcase from Blizzard, Paul Lotman. And his $1,000 check presented by NVA Representative Coley Palakowski. Ladies and gentlemen, your all-tournament team. Colin Irons, Joan Norton, Tom Amber, Luis Bertrand, Riley McKibben, and Paul Lotman. Gentlemen from the all-tournament team, if you can turn to your teams, we are ready to present the medals. Taking home the bronze medal and a $10,000 check, the team of Rising Tide. First, introducing the general manager for Rising Tide, Daniel Davidson. And now the players. Number 1, Bart Kowalski. Number 2, Armin Zakarian. Number 3 is Steve Zelko. Number 4, Isaac Newble. Number 7 is Tyson Norton. Number 8, Vinny Devaney. Number 11, Matt Jones. Number 12, Colin Irons. Number 13, Taylor Gregory. And number 14, Mike Stewart. And number 19, Bryce Ewell. There's somebody else back there? You good? Am I messing it in? Brandon Directo. Hey, Brandon Directo! Give it up for Brandon. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, your bronze medalist, Chesapeake Rising Tide. And now, presenting your silver medalists, Academy United. They're led by head coach Gary Resnick and assistant coach Jeremy Wagner. And now the players, number 1, Taylor Crabb. And number 2, Spencer McLaughlin. Number 3 is Peter Edwards. And number 5, A.J. Nally. Number 6, Jeffrey Schmitz. Number 7, Denny Falls. Number 8, Ryan Stutz. Number 9, Riley McKibben. Number 10, Evan Berry. Number 11, Fred Stahl. Number 12, Tom Amber. Number 15, Conrad Kaminsky. Number 16, Kurt Topol. And number 18, Bo Vandeweghe. Ladies and gentlemen, your silver medalists, Academy United. And now, your gold medal champions of the NVA Showcase, the team Blizzard. The head coach for Blizzard, Mr. John Shea. Coach Shea collecting the trophy for the gold medalists. Also taking home a $20,000 check. The assistant coach for Blizzard is Vince Rodriguez. And now presenting the players, number 1, Cole Fears. Number 3, Steve Irvin. Number 4, David Grandy. Number 6, Paul Lotman. Number 7, David Lee. Number 9, Ryan Meehan. Number 10, Kirk Francis. Number 12, Russ Holmes. Number 13, Jake Hurwitz. Number 17, Maddie Hayden. Number 16, Ian Castellana. Number 20, Marty Ross. Number 22, Kyle Radecki. Number 30, Johannes Brink. Number 34, John Zappia. And number 43, Scotty Hartley. Ladies and gentlemen, your first ever gold medal champions of the National Volleyball Association, Blizzard.
Ladies and gentlemen, watching here on our web stream of our NVA Pro Volleyball Showcase, that's a conclusion of our awards presentation, and there you have it. You have the bronze medalists, the Rising Tide, representing the Chesapeake, Washington, D.C. area. Silver medalists, Academy United from Northern California, and the gold medalists, Blizzard of Southern California, taking home the gold.
All of our volunteers from Green Valley High School.
And that's right, ladies and gentlemen, the NVA will be continuing in 2018. I encourage you to check out the NVA website at nvausa.com, as well as check out the graphic on the screen. That's right, the 2018 NVA volleyball season. We're going to kick it off on the West Coast, the left coast, on January 27th and 28th, and it's going to be hosted by Academy United. And then next week, right afterwards, on the East Coast, it's going to be hosted by Team Pineapple, February 3rd and 4th. And they're going to be a total of 4 more events after that in various locations around the United States. You heard President Bill Lee talking about it. Some locations: Chicago, San Francisco, Orange County, potentially Texas. We've got the places lined up. We're just looking to get those dates. And it looks like we're going to come up to a final championship in May. The date and location to be announced, but the goal is a total of 6 events between these teams, these professional teams of the NVA, coming to a championship in 2018 in May. So be sure to check back at nvausa.com and also follow social media at NVA USA. Again, on behalf of the NVA and all the volleyball players and fans here in Las Vegas, they've been excited to play in this NVA Pro Volleyball Showcase, and they are excited at the opportunity to play professionally here in the USA. So on behalf of Dalton Ammerman and myself, the entire NVA committee, and Bill Lee, the president of the NVA, Loy Ball, board member, thank you for helping grow the game. And remember, as Dalton Ammerman would say, let action define you. Be sure to keep up with all the action coming up in the NVA at nvausa.com. Until our next event, January 27th, 28th, I'm Rob Sparrow. Have a wonderful evening. Thanks for tuning in.